So today's video, I'm going to show you tips and tricks to help during the winter months. Today is January 2nd, 2023. Now, Christmas, we had 0-degree temperatures. So it lasted 2.5 days, and then was back into the 60s, and I think today's going to be in the 70s. But I didn't get a chance to do a video before because we were in a rush to try to get everything prepped for the cold weather. So today's video is to show you how I prep for cold weather if it's going to be freezing temperatures. So we start by filling every water trough to the top as full as they can be the night or the day before the weather's supposed to change. So if it was like changing tonight down to the really cold, we would definitely do it today. If it was going to be fine but until tomorrow midday, we would try to do it today and then just top off everything on the next day. Okay, so I'm getting ready to drain the hose, and since I'm not wearing a jacket and I'm wearing actually a decent little shirt, I'm going to put a towel over my shoulder, and you'll see why in just a second. So I'm going to unhook this hose from the house. Now we do have industrial commercial grade faucets to help prevent freezing. So if you can update to one of those, that really helps. That way you don't have to worry about insulating this. This one, as you turn off the water, it will drain the water for I think up to 12 inches inside the house, and it comes out of these little holes right around here every time you turn the water off. So this is a really good thing to have in states like this: Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Georgia, and all that, because you don't have to extra protect your faucet from freezing. So I take the hose and I go over my shoulder and I walk the length of the hose, and this is going to put water coming out the other end. Okay, so you'd think that will be enough. It's not. So I'm going to do it again. Camera person is going to watch just the outlet. So I'm going to drain the hose twice. So even though that wasn't a lot of water, that would have been water that was frozen inside the hose, which would have prevented it from being used. So now in the winter time, when everything is frozen, I can hook this hose up, I can fill these water troughs, and I can get water to the horses. So we drain it twice, so we can do that, and then of course we'll have to drain it again twice because it's below 32 degrees. So I've got some other tips I'm going to show in just a few minutes, so continue watching, and don't forget to stay around for that secret word at the end of this video. Okay, making sure your horse has water, I mean year-round, is really important, but it's extremely important during the cold and the heat of the year. So I've just been talking about the things that we do to winterize our hose and our paddocks, you know, right before a cold snap. Now, of course, when it's cold, we're going to be busting these the ice on these troughs with an axe. You can put in heaters that will keep the water warm. we have so many, it doesn't work for us because it trips our breakers. So we don't worry about it here. We bust ice. But the importance of making sure, like during that winter storm, during Christmas that I was talking about, we were out every 2 hours busting ice during the day. Now, we didn't do it all night long. Horses can go a little bit without water, but we would do it first thing in the morning and then every 2 hours until about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And the reason is horses need to drink even in the cold, or they can colic. And colic is a whole medical emergency you don't want to have to deal with ice and snow on the ground. I will do another video on another day about colic, but just make sure your horse always has plenty of fresh water if it is 40 below zero or if it's 140 degrees. It doesn't matter. Horses need a lot of water to prevent colic.